there's plenty of get up and go here. You don't even have to press the pedal hard. It rockets. That half a second between the M340i and this car, the only place where the time is actually different is right on that start. Once you're moving at speed, there's no difference whatsoever. The performance of this car, if you're going 70 miles an hour and there's a M340i behind you and you floor this car, the M340i is not going to do anything to you at all. 3, 2, 1, building, let's go. Welcome back, everyone. Today we have a 2023 Audi S5 Prestige on our channel. This is a very special car, and I'm going to try to make this the best S5 review on YouTube. Unfortunately, we are in very city-like settings, so it will be hard to test the full performance of the car, but I will try my best to make it as fun as possible. I actually used to own, a while back, a S5 Sportback myself. It was a turbo blue, and what a phenomenal car that was. But today we're going to dig in deeper, see how this car stacks up against its direct competitor, which is the M440i Grand Coupe and M340i in some senses. And I'll try to explain all the pros and cons of this car. So I'll do a little bit more talking than usual, but let's get started. That sound on the startup is incredible. Surprisingly enough, being 6'2", I got lots of space here. Very cozy, very comfy. These are super cool. So the nice thing about Audi is you get a lot of different variations with your virtual cockpit, and you can adjust it to any way you want, any liking, any type of map, satellite, even Google Satellite. You can do and change that. As far as the drawings and the images, this is one of my favorite options on the market. I think Audi really nailed their virtual cockpit, and you can go to all sorts of different views, and I think that is super cool, where you can adjust. This is a really good view. I think we're going to start out with this, and then we're going to change to the more old-fashioned one. Unfortunately, the heads-up display in the Prestige package is not adjustable height-wise, and it doesn't turn red when you're going over the speed limit like BMW does. So that is a small con. And in my opinion, there's absolutely no need to go for the Prestige package. It doesn't give you that many more options for such a price difference. I would personally stick with a Premium Plus, because it gives you the most bang for your buck. And another package that a lot of people like, but I personally would not get it, would be the black optics, is because it comes with a bigger wheels, and that makes for a much more harsh ride than these wheels, the base ones. But let's do some driving. We will do some 0 to 60 tests with Dragy and talk more about the car at the end of the test drive. But for now, let's just enjoy this phenomenal car and have some fun with it. We have some pops and burbles coming from the back of the exhaust, especially on the downshifts when you go to manual. Oh, gotta love it. The shifter here goes to manual mode if you move it to the right, and then you can manually roll your gears. And it has this interesting red light sensor here where it's counting down 98 seconds, 97 seconds, 95. I wonder what it's doing. Is it actually predicting when the light is going to turn green? I've never seen that before in any car. My only gripe with Audi sometimes is when you're trying to go off a light really quickly and you're pressing the gas. There's a little delay unless you're using launch control. So you press the gas, there's a little pause, and then you start going. So I'm guessing that feature helps you get ready for that moment when you need to press the gas and go. The engine here has lots of torque. There's plenty of torque all over the rev range. It's a very rev happy engine, so you give it a little gas and it sees 3,500 really quickly. So in normal driving, this car to me actually feels peppier than the M340i. Because with the M340i, to get its power, you have to spin the engine higher to get the juice. And you may want to even go into the Sport Plus to get that sharp feeling. Here, you don't need to do that. It's more like a diesel. You just put it in comfort, give it a little bit of gas, and it's just rock and rolling. Simple as that. There's no need to, complicate anything. It's very easy and intuitive to use. So yeah, that light counter has done absolutely nothing. Pretty much, I guess, is there just for fun. Or maybe it's actually scanning lights and telling you if it's a red or green light up ahead. Maybe that's what it's there for. I don't know. Well, it's there for something, apparently. I heard a lot of people complaining about the throttle response on these cars, that the pedal doesn't feel active or immediate. I can't relate to that. The pedal here is very immediate. The handling is sharp, precise. You can definitely feel that it's a four-wheel drive, like all-wheel drive car, not a rear-wheel drive bias car. Is because when you give it a sharp turn, you feel like the whole car is going with you. It's not tail happy. But I think Audi has absolutely nailed the way this car sounds. It doesn't have artificial sound as much as other brands do. It just uses a sound actor which enhances its natural sound in dynamic mode, which I think is a very smart decision on Audi's end to do. One of my favorite things about this car would be the seats. They actually come with a full massage feature, which can massage you in many different patterns at different intensities, and it's great for long trips. I've used it all the time. It's not intrusive, it doesn't distract you from driving. And these seats, they are gorgeous. They're shaped uniquely. You get these same seats in an M8 competition, the same exact seats, they feel exactly the same. You get those in a $140,000 car, but here they're already in here. So, oh my goodness, played. So the seats definitely have to be my favorite part of this car, and just the styling. It's very clean, simple. It doesn't have that big iDrive 8 monitor that BMW is using nowadays with their M340i, where you just have one IMAX tablet in front of you. You have a beautiful cockpit here that is very easy to use. You can turn all of it off, keep just the speedometer. It's super easy to work with. It's not annoying. And I do appreciate Audi for doing that. This car has so much punch. I absolutely don't see any point in even tuning it. It's beautiful the way it accelerates. It's got plenty of power, kicks you in the seat. But these cars, you can easily tune them to a stage 1 with IE or APR or 034, and they're going to be running some crazy times. Low 11s are very doable. But personally, with this car, I wouldn't even race it. I just want to enjoy this. It's such a pleasure to drive. And it's just so good on the response. There's so much torque down below. The infotainment, I will admit, this side, it is a little bit more outdated than BMW and Mercedes. In my opinion, it does have less perks where you can, do all these custom adjustments, but it's still one of the best that I've used. Very easy to use, intuitive, excellent. The mirrors are really nice and clear. You can see a lot of stuff, and there's plenty of get up and go here. You don't even have to press the pedal hard. It rockets. I love this powertrain, especially these when you have it in the right gear and then you give it gas, boom, it goes. This is exactly what you want from a car. Anyways, enough with the talking for now. I will mention one more thing, that I love the brakes here. They're very good, very powerful, and they don't fade over time when you keep braking. So Audi has nailed that beautifully. What an easy car to maneuver, geez. And these downshifts are amazing. Boom. Just like that, we're up to speed. Let's also check the accuracy of the speedometer at speed. So at 77, we're looking at 74. So it's about 3 mile per hour gap. And with speed, it's gonna get bigger as well. So you're probably gonna see like a 4 mile per hour gap between your actual speed and the stated speed on the speedometer. So next thing that we're gonna do before we wrap up the test drive and the summary is we're gonna do a 0 to 60 test and see how this car accelerates in real life and what kind of numbers you can expect from it. But I absolutely love this torque curve. What a punchy car. And these pops, they're real pops. So they're not fakely produced pops. For example, BMW, they put the pops through the speakers. Here, you can actually hear all of these pops outside when you're standing. And when I had my S5, I'd drive by people and I would downshift and pop, and people would turn around and watch because they knew, you know, that these are beautiful, real pops. Not fake, not fakely produced. And people always complaining about Audi's understeer. Like, I think this car just glides beautifully into all the turns. Jeez, I can't find a reason to complain. Like, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now we just have to find a stretch of open road where we can actually try our 0 to 60. Oof. This is awesome. Oh my goodness. I love this. I love this car. But seriously, this is amazing. This car has lots of punch. Let's check the U-turn radius of this car too. I'm curious what it is, how good it is. Very good U-turn radius. Move easily, made our maneuver. Let's come to a full stop. This probably isn't a perfect straight, but that's fine. So that is the lag I'm talking about. That is the lag that you will see when you accelerate on this car. And we did 5.4 seconds, 0 to 60. It's completely valid. So that is the time you're gonna see each time you try and accelerate on this car. Now let's try it one more time, but this time we'll do it a little bit differently. We'll try and engage launch control. All right, 3, 2, 1. Building, let's go. So here we got 4.68 seconds. Great number. We can try one more time. For some reason, it did not. Okay, ESC to sport. For some reason, it did not engage that active shift pattern where it would kick on the shifts. But now we're gonna try one more time. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. There we go. There we go. Now she's kicking. There we go. So we did 4.82. Okay, same thing. Well, so 4.7, roughly 4.6 is going to be your time on this car. Excellent performance, if you ask me. That half a second between the M340i and this car, the only place where the time is actually different is right on that start. Once you're moving at speed, there's no difference whatsoever. The performance of this car, if you're going 70 miles an hour and there's a M340i behind you and you floor this car, the M340i is not going to do anything to you at all. I've done extensive testing with my S5 and Dragy, and I've come to a conclusion that the only way where these cars differ on the performance is their 0 to 60. Even 0 to 30, I would say, because the 30 to 60 is almost identical in them. And actually, the faster you start moving in this car, the faster you're going, the better this car starts to accelerate. So just because they tell you that, yeah, you know, the M340i is quicker 0 to 60, sure, it has less of a delay off the line than this car. But does it really have better performance for daily use? No. This car gives you all the performance that you would ever need at all. Even if you're coming from a very powerful car, this is lots of performance. It's got excellent power, excellent pickup. Phenomenal car. Every passing maneuver is effortless. The gearing is perfect. It's not dumbed down. It's not watered out, even in comfort. For example, again, if I'm comparing this to the BMW, if you're trying to pass someone on the Beamer, you're going to have to put your foot in a little deeper to get it to downshift. It does not like to do that in comfort mode. You have to either go to Sport Plus and put that pedal in. Here, a little tap on the gas and you're passing the whole flow of traffic. And this is exactly what you want from a car that you're driving every day. You don't want to drive in Sport Plus every single second of your driving. I know a guy who drives his BMW in Sport Plus every single day, like everywhere. That's 99% of his driving. But most people, they don't want to do that. They just want to peacefully and comfortably drive their car. And if they need to pass someone, they can just go like this, and then that's it. They're gone. The 60 to 130 times on these cars are great, stellar, very strong. And as I mentioned, the faster you're going in this car, the better it's accelerating, because this car shines at higher speeds. And this engine, it does like lower RPMs. It doesn't like to be spun out to like 6,500. You don't have to do that. 3.5 to 5.5, that's where it's at. This is how this car is geared, and that's what it loves. It's a low revving engine. All the materials here are top notch. They're soft to touch, they're quality made. People always, trying to add Alcantara inserts to their BMWs, to their Mercedes. Here it already comes with all of this. This is leather, leather, leather. Everything is soft to touch, state-of-the-art materials. This does not compare to any Tesla, not even close. This is way better. I'm gonna try and do the Kia Stinger GT2 up next, just to compare them, because they are in the same class technically, and we will see. But if you're looking for a hot sportback in this segment, well, this may be the right car for you. This is an incredibly good driving experience. It's very driver oriented, and I don't know what people are talking about, that it's, like nose heavy or anything. I mean, this car, you can throw it around anywhere at high speeds and it doesn't care. It feels great. Anyways, that is the end of our test drive. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and until next time.